What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about rabbits, bunnies, same thing. A lot of you guys know from Instagram that I have a bunny named Paco. He's about 4 years old now. He's like the mascot. Everybody loves him. He's so cute. He's really sweet. And yeah, I got him when I was 18 and we'll get into that. So the lifespan of a bunny in the wild is like 2 years, like 1.5 to 2 years, which is crazy. But in captivity, which a lot of people don't know, they can live from 8 to 12 years. So like a lot of people hear about getting a bunny and they're like, oh, that's so cute, I want that. It only lives a short time, but that's not true. They can live a really long time in captivity, and they are so much work. They're a lot of work, and they're not for everybody. But maybe it is for you, getting a rabbit. So I wanna just inform you a little bit about what it's like to have a bunny and what comes with it, and you can see if it's a good fit for you to have in your home. So there are 305 different breeds of domestic rabbits in 70 different countries around the world. Sorry, I keep looking down at my iPad because this is where I have all my notes. They are very social, highly social, and they live in groups in the wild. And I really think that unless you have a lot of time to spend with your bunny, you shouldn't have it living alone. I know a lot of people are like, bunnies have a lot of babies, and I don't want to get 2 bunnies. So maybe you get 2 females or 2 males, or get them spay and neutered. I don't know, but it's a big decision. It's not something serious getting a new pet, right? Like a lot of people just think pets just sit there, but no, they are very smart. So habitat, they come from a range of habitats: forests, deserts, swamps, grasslands, all over the place, and a lot of times they hide out in burrows. They actually don't dig their burrows, they borrow burrows from other animals that have been abandoned, and they use them to seek shelter. When it gets really hot, they like to go underground. I'm sure if it gets too cold, they like to go underground. If it's raining, crazy weather, so they do spend some time underground for protection. They have a lot of animals that want to kill them: foxes, wolves, big birds, anything wants to kill them. They're just like these little things. They're cute, but they don't really do much else, you know? They're vegetarians, so they are not hunting anyone, but they are always the hunted, unfortunately. So most of different species of rabbits are from North America, but there are some native to Southern Europe. Sorry. And Asia and some parts of South America. There's actually an island in Japan, which I think this is so cool. I've seen this on social media a bunch of times, in Hiroshima, Japan. I hope I said that right, Hiroshima. Hiroshima, Japan, where it's just an island full of hundreds of bunnies, and they're just chilling. And they chase around tourists for food. I'm not sure if it's a tourist attraction or what, but they don't do much else other than play around and eat and poop. That's what bunnies do. So their litter size, well, they're pregnant for about 4 to 5 weeks, and they can have up to 15 babies, but the average litter is about 7. The female is called a doe and gives birth to kittens. I didn't know that. You can also call a baby rabbit a bunny. I usually just say bunny because it's like, I don't know, people say puppies for their dogs that are like 12 years old. It's like your baby, you know. I call Paco my bunny all the time. So also there's no difference between a rabbit and a bunny. I never knew that. I think there's like a hare is something else, but we're talking about bunnies today. And yeah, rabbit and bunny are the same thing, just different ways to call them because a bunny is generally a baby. Temperament, they are very intelligent, they really are. And they're social and they're affectionate. They need a lot of love, and they can be very bratty, very destructive, and very vengeful. They really could be a little shit sometimes, but they're very cute, so it's worth it. They, if I go away for a few days, Paco, forget about it, he gets so mad. Like, he doesn't even look at me when I come home. Like, I don't leave him alone, I leave him with somebody, but when I get home, he gets very mad at me. He doesn't want to look at me, he gets very jealous. So yeah, it takes a few days for us to really reconnect and talk it out. You know, I always talk to him. I talk to him every single day. I spend all my mornings with him. I go outside, I have coffee with him. We sit down, we chat it out, we talk to each other about each other's days. He doesn't answer, but I tell him about mine and he listens. And then I spend the nights with him. I hang out on the balcony. I have him living on my balcony now. It's not too hot out yet, He has like a 2-story little penthouse cage. It's really cool. It's pretty spacious, but it's always open, so he has the whole balcony to play, which is really nice, and he has shade. Now that summer's coming, it's gonna get warm, and I'd moved to this apartment, which is not too big. And of course I'll take him in if the weather gets too hot, but I saw online that people are taking like big water bottles and they just fill them up and they freeze them and then they leave them. So if the bunny gets hot outside, they could just kind of lay next to it, which is really cool because that's the way to keep them cool. What else? Yeah, so if you're gonna get a bunny, you really have to do your research in order to coexist with them happily and not just throw them in a cage, because that will depress them and ruin their lives and make them really aggressive, and you'll hate them and you guys will just hate each other, and then you'll be like, bunnies suck, I hate them so much. But the truth is you suck for getting one without doing your research and then not taking care of it properly. So you have to really put in the time with getting one. So yeah, they're very demanding. They're very demanding little fluff balls, and they need a lot of love. And if you give them love, they'll be really sweet. I know a lot of times I really don't want to be picked up though, because it's just in their nature, where in the wild they get picked up by like a hawk or something, and then they get flown away. So it's just like, they know that once they're picked up, that's not really what they want. So it's in their DNA to not want to be picked up. Paco sometimes though does like to be picked up and just sit on my lap for a couple minutes. I scratch him, I lay him on his back. I don't know. I've heard bunny people on Facebook freaked out when I put him on his back, but he seems to love it. He'll like just lay on his back and let me pet him and kiss him and love him forever, like cradle him like a baby. But some people freaked out about that, so I don't want to tell you to do that. If you have a bunny, I'm just saying Paco loves it. He has the ability to get up whenever he wants. So keeping them entertained in captivity, their teeth are always growing and they need to chew. So cardboard is great. I try to just give like paper towel rolls and stuff, or like if a box comes in, it's plain, but stuff with paint on it, you know, like sometimes you get something and it has a bunch of like, I don't know, like this or something, I wouldn't give because it has all this stuff on it. But just plain cardboard, they will chew and chew and chew. If you give them a box, forget about it, they'll play forever. Until they eat it. And Paco also has a soccer ball that he thinks is his girlfriend. So for a number of reasons, I leave the soccer ball with him. I should actually clean it because God knows what he's done to it. But he plays with it, does other stuff with it, and lays next to it afterwards like it's his girlfriend. And he always wants that soccer ball with him. It's really cute. So another reason why they should not be kept in small cages is they need space to run around and play, and he's constantly chasing the soccer ball and running around. And yeah, so if you're going to get a bunny, please make sure that you have a big space where they have free range of whatever room it is, or even your whole house, but they chew everything. They really chew everything. So the whole house is really not ideal, but have a big place for them, or at least have a section where they are, and then when you're home where they can run around and play. And they're really not hard to potty train either. You can potty train them like cats. You get them a cat litter box, litter pan, but don't use cat litter because it's toxic and they will ingest it, they'll eat it by accident, and it can kill them. They die pretty easily, they get heart attacks pretty easily if they get really scared. So you have to be really careful with them. Please make sure you do your research more than just this video and other videos, as many as you can, to learn about what it's like really having a rabbit. So, and if you want to know about litter training them, you have to get like bunny-proof litter. It's all over the place, got on Amazon, pet stores, but it sounds a little bit gross, but you could just get their little, you take their little poops, their little pellets, that's really all it is, it's just little pellets, they don't smell or anything. And when they do it on the floor, pick it up with something and put it inside a litter box, and within like 2 days, they're gonna learn that that's where they're supposed to go. Now I know sometimes, definitely the males, I'm not sure about the females, they get territorial and they wanna leave their little poops everywhere. Paco, when I clean the balcony, he always makes sure to leave a couple poops that I have to clean again, like around outside of his litter box. He loves to make sure everybody knows that it's his territory, the whole thing. So keep that in mind. You're gonna constantly be cleaning up after them for one thing or the other. I mean, the hay alone, forget about it. So yeah, bunnies are not for everyone. I got Paco by accident. I want to say, I was in a pet store, I was picking something up. I had 2 parakeets at the time, and I was picking up food, I guess, for them. And I saw this tiny little perfect creature, Paco, put his hands up on the glass, like put his hands up at me and just looked at me and stared into my soul. Like, what was I supposed to do? So I was like, I want that. I want that, and I want it now. And it was so reckless. I was in college. I was 19. I had just gotten my first apartment, and I took him home, and he was just so cute, just this perfect little angel. And I just spent so much time with him. I mean, I held him, I cradled him, I rocked him. He slept with me the first few weeks, I want to say. He would just sleep right next to me. It was the cutest thing ever. And then he got a little bit older, and he started getting territorial, and he started peeing in my bed, peeing in it. And it was disgusting. It stained my mattress. I didn't have a mattress protector. I had no idea. I was a kid, 19 years old. I didn't know what I was doing. And 3 nights in a row, he peed in my bed. And me, like an idiot, would just get up in the middle of the night, do whatever, clean it, change the sheets, go back to bed. Then he did it again. Then he did it again, and then I was like, oh shit, now I have to figure out where he's gonna sleep. Because I had a cage for him, but like, at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you guys, I went to Beverly's Pet Center, a pet shop that I love, and I built a cage, and that was pretty much like the starter cage that Paco had, and that's good for babies. But as they get older, you don't want them to get cage aggressive. So I thought it'd be good if I spent as much time with him, he'd get used to my smell, get used to me. So the first few days, yeah, he slept with me. And then after that, I had to put him in the cage at night until I finally got a big enough area where he could free roam, which was the best thing ever. And it made him very social, and everybody loves to come over. He loves when people pet him and play with him and sit with him on the floor. He brings over his soccer ball. He loves treats, whatever. So yeah, you have to keep in mind though, like, don't be like me. Don't just get a bunny because they're cute in the pet store. That was really stupid on my part. I shouldn't have done that. It was very irresponsible. And I'm not gonna say that I regret it because I'm just, I'm a huge animal lover and I will make it work no matter what. But that was a really big responsibility for me to get at such a young age, and it's made my life very difficult to travel. But what you can do, you live and you learn. I hope that anyone who's younger than me that's seeing this is learning from me that it's not the best idea unless you're fully ready, Especially living alone. I mean, I worked as a waiter for a very long time, and I would be at school all morning. So I'd leave at like 8 a.m., go to school, to college, get out at like 3, then I'd go start serving at like 5, so I'd go to the gym, I'd have an hour or 2 in between, then I'd start serving, and I'd get home at like 12, like midnight, and Paco was alone all day long, so then I'd stay up till like 2, sitting on the floor with him, talking to him, entertaining him, because he was young, he needed a lot of love. And now I have him on the balcony because I feel like there's a lot of interaction. He has birds that fly over to him all the time, so many little bird friends, it's so cute, lizards and stuff, so he's definitely more entertained outside. But you have to also live in a place that has beautiful weather. I live in Miami, so it's really good weather, but in the summer it gets really hot, so I have to take him in and find different ways to keep him cool. Rabbits are very messy. They are very clean but very messy, if that makes sense. So they're like cats where they clean themselves, and he always smells so clean. Like, he smells great. I love to just like kiss him, especially behind his ears. It's so cute. And so he smells really good, but he makes a mess. I mean, he just tears apart anything that he possibly can and just like throws it everywhere. I mean, constantly. I actually, after this video, have to go clean outside, clean my balcony again, and I just did it the other day because he just loves to rip shit up. Like, he just loves it. I've gone, over the past 4 years I've had him now, I've gone back and forth a lot of times with rehoming him, trying to find him a new home, which I really don't like to do that unless it's absolutely necessary. And as of now, I've decided that I'm not going to do that because they get very attached to their owners, these rabbits, and I don't think it's fair for him. And also, I mean, obviously I would miss him so much, but I'm not thinking about myself right now, I'm thinking about him. But I know that he's very attached to me, and I'm the only companion that he's ever really had. So unless there's like some perfect situation where someone has like a farm and a bunch of space and he could be safe and loved every single day, and if they had other rabbits or something, I really don't think that I would be rehoming him. I don't really believe in that personally, unless it's like you have to do it. So I go back and forth. I don't want to be a hypocrite. I don't know if I ever will rehome him, but if I do, it will only be because his situation will be 1,000 times better. That's it. So there are a lot of different breeds and sizes of rabbits. When I got Paco, he was like this big. He was like the size of his head now, and now he's like this. Like, yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, he's like this now. So he's gotten pretty big, and he's chubby. He's so cute, but I keep him healthy. I realized what I was doing The way I was feeding him, I was giving him too many sweets, which I didn't think they were sweets, but they digest things differently. They digest like sugars differently than us. So a lot of people think like, oh, rabbits eat carrots. That's great. It's a great snack, but not to give them carrots every day, because the way that they digest the sugar is different and they can gain weight, and it causes a lot of health problems. Like obviously being obese, I know everyone's all about like, oh, be fat or be thick and love yourself, and that's great. Everyone should love themselves, but health is a priority when you're taking care of an animal, and they should never be overweight because that's health problems, no matter what people say. That's the truth. So I think that you just have to be really careful if you're going to look into getting a rabbit. You know, Paco has been really good to me through all my hard times. You know, I moved here to Florida when I was 18. I'm 23 now. I've been here for 5 years. I've had him for 4 of them, and he has been the best companion ever. I've gone through obviously so many hard times, you know, just craziness of moving and being by yourself and not having family. And I've always had Paco like just all the time. He's been so great for me. Just someone to talk to, someone to sit with, you know. He comes and gives me so much love, and I'm so thankful that I have him for that reason. But that doesn't mean that just because you're feeling alone or something, you should just go out and buy a rabbit. It's just, please don't do that unless you've done your research. So the diet, their main diet should consist of unlimited hay, which is a mess, but it's necessary. So unlimited hay all the time for them. About a cup of pellets a day, and 1 to 2 cups of fresh greens. There are so many different things they could eat. I give him little fruits too. He loves grapes, he loves blueberries, forget about it, strawberries, but all in moderation. He mostly gets like kale and different types of fresh greens and spinach. Sometimes he goes through phases where he likes spinach. He's a little bit difficult. Sometimes he loves one thing and then all of a sudden he hates it. I don't know what just happened. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. He goes back and forth with what he likes. So rabbits mostly cost from $20 to $40. And if it's like a rare breed, it could be like $100, but that's not common. But that's a problem. Is people see these animals in pet stores and they're like, oh, they're so inexpensive and they're so cute and so tiny and so soft and ba. And then they bring them home and they get bigger and they're expensive to take care of. Paco eats all organic food, so his greens alone are about $7 a week, then another $7 for his pellets a week. And then the fruits, you know, it's just more and more money. Then every time I have to change his litter box is like another $5. So it's expensive, and I change it every couple days. So it's a lot. It's a lot of money that you invest with them. And then, you know, the furniture that they chew and everything to get more stuff. I mean, you can leave your furniture falling apart if they chew it, or you can, you know, if you want to keep a nice place, you have to replace things. It's not easy. So anyway, that's my spiel about Paco and what I think about owning a rabbit. Now here we're gonna insert, the other day I went to Beverly's Pet Shop and they gave me the opportunity to play with their animals, to hang out with them. And so I was hanging out with one of their little baby rabbits, which is so cute. It's kind of like when I first got Paco. And I built a temporary cage for that rabbit. So if you want to check out that video, well, it's at the end of this video. If you want to keep watching, you can check out that part of the video and you can see. But again, a cage like that is good for a starter rabbit, but not a full adult rabbit. I don't care what people tell you. They're way too smart to be living in these tiny cages for their whole lives. That cage is good for a baby, but that's it. When they get older, they need more space. It's not right. Okay, so enjoy the video and thank you for watching. What's up here today, guys? We are at Beverly's Pet Center in Pembroke Pines, South Florida, and I have a special guest with me. If he wants to come out, I don't know. Come. This is a little baby bunny rabbit, so cute, here to hang out with us today as we build him a cage. So tiny, oh my god, this is ridiculous. This should be illegal. Should be, whoops, oh my god, illegal to have something so cute. Oh, wait. All right, let's start building. Come here, what? You ready? Our little friend. Are there directions? Do we have directions? All right, so after some confusion, we finally figured out the cage and finished it. Definitely got some help. So I will show you the finished product. So cute. You're so little. You're so little and full of love. What is this? Like, for real, what is this? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. It's crazy. How do people eat this? How do people eat this? Look at this masterpiece. And a very happy bunny.